Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's race and the link to the past randomizer tournament. I am James FNX, and I'm joined tonight by TJ Joel. TJ, how's it going tonight?
Not too bad, James. How are you this evening?
I'm doing pretty good. And tonight we have a Group Z matchup, our first race in the best of three series between BrewersFanJP on the left and cheamo on the right. The 2v3 matchup in this group. On the other side of the bracket, Humba and Lockcole Live, the winner of that match will face the winner of this one in the winner's bracket. But long way to go till then. We got tonight's race and a couple more potentially along the way.
Yeah, these both great runners should put on a good show. This whole group is just another one of those ones that too tough to call. Everybody's really talented.
Yeah, the skill level in the tournament this year is just unmatched compared to years past. Every matchup is very well balanced for the most part. We'll be getting started here in just a moment. And if this is your first time turning into some of this tournament action, we are playing hard standard mode. So the standard mode means we'll be going through the escape sequence. We're getting a random weapon from our uncle, one of 7 different options. It'll let us kill enemies we need to. And then the hard flag means that some of the high level safety items and luxuries are just not in the item pool. There's no silver arrows. There's no 4th level sword. No armor upgrades, and no mirror shield, and some of your heart containers are just gone.
Yeah, 14 heart total. I don't think we'll see either runner max out, but you never know. It depends what kind of seed that the game's got for us.
And in the links chest, this is not the random uncle item. We do find a fire rod, so our runner's going to have 2 weapons. They get a little bit of magic for this fire rod in the secret passage as well.
Yeah, that's a nice item to pull right away. You don't have to end up hunting for it, and can always bail you out real quick, especially if we have a bomb start.
Yeah, this fire rod will kill anything in the escape in one shot. And instead of a bomb start, we get a Cane of Samaria start, so that full magic refill as well. Runner's got to like this. 2 items that are likely going to be needed for the seed. And also getting some bombs here in this first chest. We won't even be on the hunt for bombs.
It's almost a picture-perfect start for both of these runners. They have to be happy to see that.
Yeah, outside of something like the hammer to kill enemies a little bit faster, this is exactly what they're asking for.
Yeah, it should make moving through this early escape sequence that much easier when you're not trying to navigate some funky weaponry.
We're gonna head to the back here and get our first look at map chest and escape. There's 4 chests out here before the first locked door. 3 of them have items. 1 of them has a small key. This one just has 10 arrows.
Yeah, obviously a pretty standard open here. Neither one of these runners should have any issue navigating through here, and they'll be able to get those 3 chests at the back as well, so you don't have to think about coming back. That's always nice to get out of the back of your mind.
Yeah, finding those bombs means you're not having to worry about these item packs from these guards, and hoping that one of them contains a bomb drop or several bomb drops to try and farm our way through. So we get into our second check here. Just there is our small key in these first 4 chests. Some fun sprites from our runners tonight. We got JP rocking the Dragonite and cheamo with Sonic.
I think cheamo's trying to channel Sonic speed and go really fast. Both opting to just use the fire rod, get rid of the ball and chain guard right away, and just $20 in the chest and Zelda cell.
Yeah, the fire rod does kills enemies fast. JP using an extra shot. Shouldn't be any problem with the one rat we need to kill in the back for the last small key, but something to watch out for in case JP gets in a little bit of trouble.
Oh, definitely. I think that that rat's known to dodge every once in a while. That's for sure.
Yeah, both these runners pretty much screen for screen. Not a lot of separation in this escape. Some less experienced runners, you might see them lose a bit of time here and there on every screen. But both these runners are very, very well experienced, both in rando and in NMG. So both taking very fast paths through.
Oh yeah, they're moving through this quite quickly. We'll see a really nice escape time, and they'll be on their way to start clearing up board checks. What are you hoping to see from the seed tonight, James?
I'm hoping for something a little jetty. I've seen a lot of trolley seeds so far in this tournament. I'm hoping for something a little bit jetty tonight.
Yeah, that would be nice. The runners definitely aren't going to disagree with you on that one.
Dark Cross offering up a lamp, so both are fire sources already.
That's always nice to see in a seed. It's you know, not that any runner at this level in this tournament can't navigate the dark rooms, but it's nice to grab the lamp early as well. That way it's out of the way.
Yeah, and just because you can do something in the dark doesn't mean you necessarily want to, and it's a lot faster to have that lamp at all times.
Definitely. Let's see what back of escape has for us here.
It's like Cane of Burna, a little bit of cash, and the map, so we'll get one more check at the end of Sanctuary. Cane of Burna, a nice little safety, not necessary, not necessarily the thing you're looking for early, but can bail you out in a pinch if you need to.
Yeah, definitely hope that either runner has to rely on it, obviously, but it's definitely nice to have early if a little bit of trouble happens to arise.
A little more cash at the end of the escape, and we are making our way. And we got a 5/6 crystal at Hera and a blue pendant at Eastern Palace. Desert being a normal crystal today. Both our runners are going to opt to check out the Lumberjack Ledge as our Tier 2 tree pull just offers up some blue rupees.
Let's see what's on the ledge here today. Give these runners any indication if they might start having to think Ego one way or the other. Just some bombs.
Yeah, just some bombs. Not a bad idea to check when you have the lamp this early. It can lead to pointing runners to an Aga start, but won't be for the Lumberjack item today.
Yeah, that early lamp always raises a little bit of red flags. Just more money at Mushroom Spot. cheamo opting to not pick it up at this point. JP as well.
Yeah, with 80 rupees already, they've got enough to get the bottle vendor item once they collect all the loose rupees in Kakariko. And with one other 20 drop, they'll have enough to buy some bombs if they need to as well. So no reason to go out of your way to pick that 20 up right now.
No, absolutely not.
JP doing one thing a little different than cheamo here, checking out the Tier 1 tree pull. It's a bunch of fairies, which, while adorable, is not particularly helpful.
No, that's definitely not what JP would have been looking for there on that pull, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely hoping for either red rupees or bombs there, and doesn't get either one. And welcome to Kakariko Village, home of all the items. There are 14 checks in Kakariko Village our runners going to be taking a look at. Chaff Magic, a very nice item with both those cans and that fire rod and a bow.
Oh,
That's
wow.
Eastern Palace in the bag.
Especially with Eastern being a pendant, you wonder if that's going to push them there in that direction. I guess we'll know more when these checks are all done.
No cash in there, though, and both runners down to 1 bomb. There are 2 more bomb checks in Kakariko. We got this one here in the well, where we find a sword.
Hard container.
Our first green 20 of the seed and a couple heart pieces fill things out. And both runners are going to need to buy some bombs to complete these checks. There's Chicken Hut that still needs bombs. You may also need bombs for the race game item if there's something there. So we're going to spend 100 rupees here and get the boots. That is quite the exchange.
That's great to see it at an early start. Yeah, that's definitely a good deal.
And I think Cheamo is going to... he's going to bonk these rocks now. There's a bomb here in this rock every time you hit it. So might farm that, and then just gets the 1. With the boots now, you don't need a bomb, or you don't need a bomb to get the maze race item either. JP going to try for a 50-50 here, and doesn't get it there.
Got the glove out of the back of Tavern though, so that's nice to see early as well. Kakariko is quite stacked.
Yeah, tons of items in Kakariko. We'll have access to Death Mountain now, and ever closer to Dark World access as JP misses again on the 50-50.
Their try wasn't the charm either, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is one where if Cheamo might have a bit more experience in cross keys and other modes, knowing that bomb drop is always there in those rocks just outside of town. As 300 rupees on the library, that's enough for Cheamo to run into a bookshelf.
Yeah, it's definitely JP's just gonna open up here and clean up on the bomb farm, replenish his bomb supply. That's great. Just a red rupee on the race game, so not gonna go for that.
Yeah, surprised Cheamo didn't farm a second bomb there, because now won't have any bombs for Benny Moldarm. Is going to head to Eastern Palace area, at least check out Saraslo's hut. Don't need a bomb to get the 3 items there. Yeah, JP will have a little more in the way of options.
Yeah, definitely can look at the South Shore option before having to commit to the Eastern Asaha play.
Well, we pay off the Saraslo's hut pays off with a Master Sword and a hook shot. So not only do we have Death Mountain access, we got access to everything except for Hera and the tablet in Light World.
Yeah, wow, that was quite the check. It's definitely going to. Looks like he is going to head into Eastern though.
Interesting choice to commit this early to Pendant Dungeon at Eastern Palace. JP is following in suit though, so that hookshot advantage is not going to be a long one for him.
No, not at all. It's definitely interesting to see them both come over here. I'm interested to see if JP will follow suit into Eastern as well.
Yeah, a lot of runners have a philosophy of just kind of following logic. So we find our tempered sword already. That's the biggest sword we're going to get in hard mode. All 4 swords are placed in the pool, but only 3 of them will count as swords. The last one will show up as a green 20. So we're going to be running this whole thing on tempered. Not too hard for our runners today.
No, that must feel good. Wow, it's nice to see a heavy offensive stack seed this early.
JP's going to follow suit and making the play to commit to Eastern Palace as well. Like I was saying, a lot of runners will find one item and kind of focus and see where that leads, as opposed to necessarily taking some of those Sphere Zero locations.
Yeah.
JP, though, is going to bail out, skips the eastern play, is going to head to South Shore, it looks like.
Yeah, definitely interesting. Surprised once he went that far that he didn't commit to going in, but trust your gut, keep moving on. So cheamo will have a slight sword advantage, at least for a little bit.
Yeah, not a lot that the temper will bring an advantage over a master sword, unless this turns out to be an Agnum seed. Tempered is a fair bit faster in that dungeon than having master sword, but for the rest of the light world, it's pretty even, Stevens.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice clip by JP to get that chest without making a second trip in, but nothing at the dam. And JP's going to head west. We're going to take a look at Agnes Cave.
Ledge check as well, see what's hanging out over here. Piece of heart.
Speaking of, a piece of heart in the big chest in Eastern Palace. So we've had a sword, had a piece of heart. I don't know if we picked up the third item in there or not, as Agnes Cave doesn't pay off.
What do you think the play for JP is now?
I think you're probably going to the South Shore. Like you've already cleared half the South Shore out. You want to clear the other half out. You've already decided you're not interested in Eastern Palace as far in as JP went before doing that save and quit earlier. I'm guessing Eastern is the last place he'll head in the light world before Agnum's Tower if it gets that far.
Using that hook shot to clean up the mini Moldorms, nice and easy.
There's our Moon Pearl in Mini Moldorm Cave. As Armos only has 20 bucks, so a sword in Eastern Palace and a pendant, and that's it. Cheamo will still need to buy or farm bomb somewhere before he can get into Mini Moldorm Cave and get that Moon Pearl.
Yeah. If he heads into South Shore right away, there was some in the sunken treasure on the dam, so... But it looks like he's maybe heading up the mountain.
That's what it looks like. With a hook shot and the glove, we'll be able to get all 7 items in Paradox Cave. If he can find some bombs, I would probably stop off somewhere and get in a little explosive. We're going to check out Bonk Rocks first. Just more cash.
JP following the same play, going to end up following cheamo up the mountain.
Yeah, JP has plenty of bombs though, whereas like I said, cheamo has none. Cheamo's going to need a bomb drop somewhere to get to 2 of the items in Paradox Cave.
Yeah. May end up getting over there and hoping that find some at the top, so I can bring them back down. See what the mountain has in store for us. See what the old man had today.
You know, a bent walking stick from the old man. Boomerang get a chance to take a look at the stun. Probably do have the hookshot too, so Boomerang not really adding a ton of value right now. A nice thing to have later in the game at Ganon's Tower, but not the item we're looking for this one. Bombs in the middle of Spec Rock. Not going to tempt cheamo.
Knee checks on the other side. Not too surprised by that play.
Interestingly, a lot of those rocks in that formation in Death Mountain before you head over to the Hookshot Cave are 50-50 rocks, where a bomb will show up half the time. As cheamo angrily slides into the vulnerable wall.
Yep. Well, you never know, maybe something's changed and it'll fall apart.
There's some bombs. And another green 20. That might be the second sword, or the fourth sword. So JP might pick up his tempered here. We don't know yet. Could also be an armor upgrade or that second bow.
Yeah, definitely early enough yet. There could be a few different things.
And cheamo remembering there's a shop over here, so you can pick up the full complement of bombs.
It's a really good move on cheamo's side, remembering that shop's there.
And it is that tempered sword for JP, so that is the fourth sword. So Eastern is completely barren for JP now if he goes in.
I think at this point he was only going to commit to dipping it if it was an absolute worst case scenario. So
right now we are either a second glove or a hammer away from Darkhold access outside of Agnum's Tower. Agnum's Tower is in logic. We've got at least the Master Sword and a lamp. And with that hook shot, we got access to most of the Dark World if they do choose to take that Agnum route.
Yeah, definitely. The starting to get pretty thin on what the runners can do. Just $300 in the bottom of the Spiral Cave.
Yeah, I believe that it is going to be an Agnum seed.
Definitely seems that way. cheamo will do his South Shore checks now. Get that over with.
Yep, he'll get his Moon Pearl. Well, JP is going to head over to Eastern. And with the items and keys laid out the way they are, it's going to be everything in Eastern for no payoff. Chat also mentioning that Zora is a possibility. That is one last location that it is in logic.
Yeah. Wonder if after these checks are done, if either runner will decide to just go right to Anchor Tower or attempt Zora first.
And cheamo with Eastern already done. We'll see if he decides to make the Zora play, or we'll just climb Agnum's Tower.
Yeah, cheamo may go for the fake flipper or water walk from down in the sand up there before he commits to it, but time will tell.
It makes a lot of sense, and also kind of makes the route make a lot of sense too. Saving South Shore for last. He'll find a Moon Pearl here, and then that fake flipper play just clears out a few more checks. The last few checks that he can do before Agnum's Tower.
Yeah.
I think that once JP gets done here in Eastern, I would be very surprised if he made the Zora play over just climbing Agnum's Tower with as much as you can do in the Dark World with what they have.
Yeah, absolutely. The inventory is just screaming for an Anchor Tower climb at this point.
cheamo's setting up a water walk too. Nicely done.
That was very nice.
Hilly Island just has some cash. What we would need to go there.
See what the man under the bridge has for us today.
A bottle with contents.
Very nice to see a bottle early. Always nice when there's something in it that's handy as well, so that'll work out well.
Yeah, ferry can be a little tricky too sometimes if you want to set up a death port somewhere and forget you've got that ferry in your inventory. But bottles are always appreciated.
Definitely just put one more check into logic, but I don't see any runner. I don't see either runner running back there to check it right away.
No, especially because it's not in logic at this point.
Technically, yeah. Out of logic mushroom on cheamo's side. That's interesting.
That's another spicy one too. Just some bombs on the Zora's ledge, and this will be the last in logic check for Cheamo. As let's see what Zora has. A little
flippers.
Another. So I still think that Cheamo's going to head up Agnum's Tower, but that does put 2 more checks in logic. And Cheamo is going to refuse. He's going to pick one of these two. Either looks like it's going to be a mushroom check. I would be surprised if Cheamo, if there's nothing there, if he doesn't just reset it and set it for a fake powder at some point.
Yeah, seems like that would be the best play for him if there's nothing on it. Always nice to have in your back pocket.
JP is going to go for the fake flipper play 2 as opposed to Agnum's Tower. Just a heart container, and Cheamo says that's good enough. Going to give up the fake powder potential. Very nice fake flipper from JP. Very smooth there.
Yeah, nice and clean. Well done.
I don't know if JP got us to look at what was at Hylia Island. We'll have the option to do so in just a moment after he picks up these flippers. Cheamo is going to be thorough, absolutely thorough, and we're going to see what Sick Kid has. It's another bottle. You showed me one, I'll give you another.
Yep. See it and I'll raise you. Guess we're about to see the Aga Tower climb now, especially with grabbing the extra health.
Yeah, there's no options left for our runners.
Nothing available. JP grabs his swim toes.
JP did not get the bottle from Hobo. We'll see what he chooses to do here. He's gonna take a look at that hilly island in Hobo, it looks like. Oh no, he's gonna turn the I see, he's gonna turn the mushroom in using this portal to get over there. This is a little bit faster than what Cheamo did.
Yeah, definitely kind of one of those little forgotten strategies.
We'll see if a heart container is good enough for JP or not.
Tempered sword making quick work of enemies in the Aga Tower climb for Cheamo.
Heart container is not good enough for JP. He hits the reset button. We'll keep that mushroom in his inventory.
See if it comes into play really early for him, or by that point we've already found powder, but
yep, and JP is going to be as thorough as Cheamo is, going to check out Hilly Island, find those 20 rupees, and swim on over to Hobo, find that potion, find that fairy in the bottle, actually, and do a little rooing. You know, on Cheamo's side, you got half magic, you got a fire rod, these red guards are going away real quick.
Definitely the way that every runner wants to climb Aga Tower, that's for sure.
It looks like JP does not believe in the bottle and is gonna... No? Okay. Taking the right side route up to Aghanim's tower. Chat asking, yes, this is game 1 of the 3-game set for these two, between these two.
How many blue balls do you think we'll see today?
Yeah, let's say 4.
Okay, I was gonna say 6, so 2 so far.
2 so far, very generous. Just a reminder, in the interest of fairness, every runner who plays one of these seeds is going to have the same RNG for the Aghanim fight, the Ganon fight. I believe all the boss fights have seeded RNG, so they're both going to have the same boss experience during this game, so they're not going to have to worry about one person getting a bunch of teleports and the other person not. Two is the number today. 2 blue balls. A quick Aghanim fight for Cheamo, and he is on his way to the Dark World.
Where do you think Cheamo's gonna go? Get right into pod, or?
Oh, I would doubt that's highly. I would head over to. I would take that hook shot and start heading over to. So we got Ice with our green pendant, Turtle Rock with our red pendant, and Misery Mire, our other 5/6 dungeon.
Interesting layout for the seed, that's for sure.
Yeah, I would do what Cheamo's doing here is get Catfish out of the way. It's a quick check from Pyramid, and then take that hook shot to the Thieves Town area. You have Fire Rod, so Skull Woods is in pocket. Thieves Town, you make a decision whether you want to hop in there without the hammer or not.
Yeah, no, definitely. I like that play as well. I think it's the route to go. Don't really want to jump into pod when you can't do much in it.
Cheamo testing the limits of Catfish's hitbox. Does get that rock in there, does find 10 arrows.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if Catfish was going to trigger on that one, that's for sure.
Hook shut out, and Cheamo is going to head over here and take a look at the west side of the Dark World. Imagine we'll see a peek at Bumper Ledge along the way.
I think so.
And for you others of you just joining us, this is the Link to the Past Randomizer Tournament. Game 1 in the matchup in Group Z between BrewersFanJP on the left and Cheamo on the right. We're just getting underway here, just about a half hour in, and things are pretty even at this point. And Cheamo's going to take a look and hop into Skull Woods right now.
JP grabs his crystal and pendant knowledge. Let's see what Skull Woods has for us today.
Nice key bailout for Cheamo there. I dislike this route a bit. When you're playing on head to Thieves Town as well, I would typically go back to front, but this is a fine route as well.
Yeah, I have to agree. I would have normally started at the back, but one way or the other, everything's going to get checked. At this point, we still need so many items that are going to be thorough, so...
Yeah, found all 3 small keys so far. Nice hook shot through the spikes. And JP is going to choose to head over to pod immediately.
Interesting play. play. Wonder if it will pay off for JP this early. A lot of checks in pod, of course, though it's always very tempting as soon as you get into the Dark World, especially coming from the Pyramid. Just a key in the first check in pod.
And a vanilla big key for cheamo. First item pod is just some bombs. That's going to send JP immediately to the right side.
Oh, the hammer in the back of Skullwoods.
Yeah, that is quite the find for cheamo as he takes a death warp. Forgets he has a fairy.
Fortunately, I think those Gibdos will help him out.
Yeah, they do 2 hearts of damage each time, and cheamo, remember he has a second fairy, gets rid of that out of his inventory. Is that really faster than just walking back to the front?
I don't know at that point. It would have to be awfully close, that's for sure.
Like, it's... I know the bridge room is slow, but it's one screen. JP finding the cape in the back of pod.
And a shield and a key in the rupee basement. Not that you really want to see that, but... see if the moth will play nice today.
The tempered sword usually will go down quick enough even if it doesn't play nice. Not the greatest pattern though.
No.
And cheamo down to 2 hearts and no fairies now. Does get this fight over with though. So that'll be crystal number 1 for cheamo. Only 1 item in this area, so have to go back to that big chest for the second item in Skullwoods.
See a nice clean hammer ump over there on JP's side. Come around, check this dark maze.
Yeah, there's that big key. Very smart here to go grab the big chest now. And then after you grab this other chest, you can just decide whether you're saving and quitting or death warping back to the front.
Yeah. Question is if JP just opts for a death warp, but remember he has a fairy. Looks like he's just going to save and quit anyway.
See how this bomb jump gets pulled off. Yeah, nice and smooth from cheamo and fine. Just a piece of heart in the other item in Skullwoods. But hammer is a big payoff for cheamo this early in the seed.
Oh yeah, that's that decision was at that point when you find that must have felt really good to come in here. Now you also don't have any questions about when you dive into Thieves Town. You know you're leaving nothing unchecked in there.
Yeah, it lines up really well. JP's gonna walk on over to Catfish.
Heart container and Sea House for cheamo.
Just some cash in chess game.
Time to jump into Thieves down here, give it a full clear, see what we can find along the way. 50 bucks in the first chest. That's always nice if you want to pad up your cash. Not that they really need to spend anything anymore, unless they need to feel the need for potions later on.
Yeah. And on hard mode, it never hurts to have a potion in your inventory. But plenty of cash in if that's the case. We spent most of the money we need to in Zora, so. And today we needed to spend that money, as those flippers were going to be required for Swamp Palace.
Yep.
Small key in the front, so Cheamo going to have the confidence of having that hammer. We'll see if JP chooses to do Skullwoods first. Only 5 rupees on Bumper Ledge, so that cape not going to pay off there. And with having that can of burn already, both the safety items, Spike Cave is not going to require that cape. So pod, the front of pod, pretty barren.
Yeah, not a lot of action in there. It's like JP is going to clear from back to front, so he will stumble on that hammer a lot sooner.
Yeah, he's going to stumble on the hammer a lot sooner. He's going to have this big key a lot sooner. He's going to leave a lot of Skull Woods unchecked, as he's going to find both those items a lot quicker than Cheamo did. So that will make up some of that time from dipping pod early and not being able to complete it.
Yeah, that's gonna feel good for JP at that point for sure. As Cheamo's just gonna take the dash strats up here because those crickets can leave a mark.
Yeah, 2 hearts of damage every time they hit you, and surprisingly tough too. A tempered sword slash will kill him, but if you don't have a tempered sword up here, it's a long time to even kill one of those bugs. JP having a little bit of health issues, but 2.5 hearts is a pretty good place to be. He's gonna grab this fairy too. Try to save the one in a bottle. Oh no, JP has not turned. He has the one in the bottle. He's not turned in for the sick kid for the second one.
No, just has the one in the inventory at this point.
It's the stealthiest Gibdo I've seen in quite some time.
Yes, definitely. Just was doing his own thing in there.
These sword beams actually kind of messing with JP here, only doing fighter sword damage on these slashes instead of tempered sword.
Yeah. It's always the best, especially when the moth just wants to hug the one side and bounce back and forth. So that's first crystal on JP's side, 41 minutes in.
And we'll see JP hop back in, and we'll get that hammer in just a moment.
Cheamo's getting ready to fight blind here. Nice scripted fight. Very nice blind fight over there on Cheamo's side.
Yeah, very well done. JP's going to walk it out to get this hammer back outside. Crystal number 2 for Cheamo, taking a 2-1 lead early in this seed.
JP not far behind now. Definitely rush everything. Like you said, you'll find the second item super quick and be on the way out of here.
Yeah. These Town didn't really have anything for Cheamo other than the crystal, and Village Outcast area just having a little bit of health. So the hammer is the only real item in this area, but it is a doozy.
Yeah, that's definitely something that you're going to need to find one way or the other, and it's another one that's nice to get early and not have it somewhere that's completely horrible.
Just some cash for the dig game. get a look at what Stumpy has and what's in Hype Cave here in just a bit.
See if it gives us anything else. Oh, Titans on Stumpy.
Titans and it's on old Stumpy, and that will open up the seed a little bit. This has been a very one-way path seed, very linear. That'll open things up to give our runners a bit of options as to what to do. Ice Palace is now on the menu. No Turtle Rock yet because we don't have a medallion, but can look at those checks in Dark Death Mountain. Shell from our generous guy in Hype Cave. A red boomerang. Not a lot in there today.
No, not much hype in there today. Cheamo heading over to pod. We'll be able to completely clear this out.
Yeah, unless there's an item specifically. Oh, JP taken. It does have that fairy, I believe, still. So it's just going to take a little bit of a time loss here and not get kicked back to the start. But unless there's something on Helmosaur specifically, I don't think JP is going to get burned too much by having to come back here. It is like a minute and a half to get down to Helmosaur. But you're going to have to find a flute anyways at some point. Moving Myers required this seed, so that flute's going to get you back to this area very quickly.
Yeah, that's very true. Nice when the flute does turn up for travel. Hopefully it's not really late in the season for our runners, but
and looking at what we need at this point, it is that flute. We need a mirror, and we'll need one of those 3 medallions.
yeah, we are starting to get down to a few specific item type hunt here. It's going to be interesting to see where they turn up.
Yeah, runners have a couple of options open to them, and Cheamo's going to clear out pod. We know the pod is pretty barren for the most part. We don't know what's on Helmosaur yet. Ice Palace is open to our runners, and going back to the Thieves Town area, Village Outcasts, and doing those Smith chain checks, you got hammer pegs, you've got the blacksmith, you've got the purple chest, and JP still has the option of magic bat, whereas Cheamo does not.
Interesting to see if that will play out to anything for JP along the way. JP about to open big chest and grab the second shield.
Yeah, Cheamo will find his second shield in here in just a bit. And that'll be the last shield we see for both our runners.
JP's turn for the blind fight now. Let's see how this goes.
Has a spin there, so we're going to be a little bit off the script, but recovers nicely. And with sword beams, it doesn't matter too much if you do get off script. Very well done from JP to recover.
Yeah, nice clean up there.
So we are 2 crystals apiece. JP is going to finish cleaning up the Village Outcasts area, and we'll see what happens after he grabs these mitts at Old Stumpy.
Yeah, could have a slight temp to turn around. I mean, the blacksmith chain is quite long, but you are right here. But with that hammer, probably rush pod.
Yeah, one of the disadvantages of the smith chain, you don't have that mirror yet, and you're probably wanting to save it. Save it for once you do get that mirror. Speeds up those checks considerably. But not a lot on the table for JP at this point, so it may just decide to double back and get these 2 checks out of the way. Cheamo setting up a death warp here in the dark maze.
Without a mirror, it's a long walkout. It's a great idea. JP grabs his Titans from old Stumpy here.
And he is going to double back. So we're going to get a look at hammer pegs, and we'll grab the blacksmith, clear out Hype Cave, and then bring the blacksmith back for that last check. It'll leave purple chest, and then we'll at that point I'll probably see JP drain his magic bar to do fake powder. So we'll get a couple pieces of information on JP's side that we don't have from Cheamo. Kind of tells me if you're grabbing blacksmith right now, you're kind of committing to the whole smith chain. And especially if you go this way and don't do like hammer pegs while you're there.
Yeah.
Also won't be surprised. Nothing there. I will also won't be surprised if JP takes south route to Kakariko and checks a shovel along the way too.
Yeah, definitely was about to say the same thing. He's just being really nice and giving the blacksmith a nice tour of high roll.
Nice turtle room from Cheamo as he's on his way to Helmasaur King. Just a time capsule, some rupees dug up for JP. So we're going to turn this blacksmith in and see what he's got.
Cheamo's going to come in here and give the Helmasaur 17 hits with the mask, break that, or with the hammer on that mask, break it off. Tempered sword should clean him up nicely.
Yeah, and you notice that Cheamo did a spin getting into the room, activating that. Looks like he activated spin speed there. It makes that hammer hitbox get a little bit further. It makes phase 1 a lot quicker. With the tempered sword, you don't need it for phase 2 as much.
Our blacksmiths were just forging money today. Interesting.
Yeah, here we go. JP's going to drain his magic bar. This is one thing that Cheamo cannot do right now, and it's not in logic. So if this pays off, it's going to be huge for JP.
Definitely. Let's see what the magic pad has for us.
It is not huge. It is just a piece of art. Nice thing is JP is going to go back to that portal, get back to the Dark World, and collect purple chests. And right next to that portal in the Dark World is a tree where you just get full magic back.
Taking the time to check Sick Kid first. See, nothing in King's Tomb on Cheamo's side either.
Yeah, remember when Cheamo's going to head to Ice Palace. And JP is not going to do hammer pegs and purple chest. He's going to head over to the east side of Death Mountain and head to the Dark World for 6 checks.
Probably do Tower of Hera first.
Yeah, Tower of Hera being a crystal, going to pick that up.
Not a bad idea, but plays a lot of checks up here, plus it gets another dungeon out of the way.
So our first check in Tower of Hera is just a big key, and in Ice Palace we've got a map, so gonna have to do a full clear Ice Palace. Not gonna be able to grab that big key early. Cheamo still choosing to hit the switch. Is our first item in Tower of Hera is 10 arrows.
GP setting up a Hera pod here. The bomb setup.
A little too far. They're gonna have to back up. Gets it there. Just as the bomb explodes.
Very nice. As we see a Hera pod on one side, we're seeing Icebreaker on the other side.
Yeah, it's definitely a showcase of 2020's best glitches. And our second item right away for JP, that tar container. So done checking chests in Tower of Hera.
There's the big key in its vanilla location in Ice Palace. That never feels good. Icebreaker makes it a lot more tolerable, that's for sure.
Yeah, you're not having to loop around a second time to get to the big chest. Nice fight for JP on Moldorm. Almost got pushed off, but takes care of business. Picks up his 3rd crystal. We are back tied again, 3 crystals apiece.
Looks like we got a 3rd bottle on Cheamo's side too. I believe that's what that check was.
Nice rail clip from Cheamo. That stair clip was beautiful.
That was perfect. Wow.
The second item for Cheamo, just some rupees.
Small key in the big chest after using the hook shot to clip through the blocks.
So fortunately, that does mean we're going to be taking a... Oh, I guess that's all 3 items for Cheamo if he's heading directly to the boss and not going to Iced Tea.
Yeah, I was not counting as accurately as I should have there, so, but...
Or just betting that Iced Tea doesn't have it. We saw Ether for Turtle Rock, it looked like. No, Bombos for Turtle Rock.
Bombos.
Hopefully we're not going to head in there today, because it is a pendant. There's our mirror. And green pendant picked up for Cheamo.
Very nice gold stair fight.
And looks like we were right, and the only Cheamo does only have 2 items, and Ice Tea has that 3rd one. And it looks like it's going to be buried forever, at least on Cheamo's side. And there's the flute. So we are a medallion away on JP's side from go mode.
Yeah. So once we have some minor medallion knowledge here, we will be in go over there. Gonna get a spike cave check. Perfect time to do it while you're already up here.
Yeah, you're up here. You're gonna save and quit anyways. Go turn that flute in. Just a green 20, so No medallion there. We'll see what Meyer needs, and we'll see if the key is under the doorstep, as it is oftentimes in Misery Mire.
It's like cheamo is going into the dark world first, so we'll grab that mirror and flute a lot quicker.
Yeah, this will pay off for cheamo, as he'll be able to just mirror in and do Hera without looping up and around. No way to really know that sitting going in here, so a little gamble paying off.
Yeah, definitely.
May also be a preference for cheamo. Like, if I find the mirror later, I can just do Hera as I'm going up to Ganon's tower. So it makes a little bit of sense doing it this way. 6 items versus 2.
Yeah, definitely. And as you put it, you know you have to come back up here later anyway, so.
Finding that mirror, cheamo's probably just going to do Hera while he's up here, though.
Yeah, at this point with the mirror, no reason not to. It's done out of the way. Another crystal in your pocket, if you will.
JP's, oh, he did left his chest. He's gonna get a key, and we'll continue on. Cheamo trying to set up hook Hera pot with a different little method than JP did. There's so many different ways to set up this Hera pot.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh, he gets pushed out though, so you have to start over. JP with a little bit of the quick swap curse there. Taking a while to find what he wanted to use to hit that switch. Very nice turtle run though.
very nice. Clean through that, no problem.
So both gonna enter a boss room about the same time. Moldorm is a lot faster than Helmsor King though, so cheamo will exit this a little bit ahead. We'll probably get that flute turned in just slightly ahead of JP. But at this point, it's very neck and neck.
Yeah, it's a really close race. Really interesting to see if there's any divergence here, if they both kind of head the same direction after this point. Cheamo with the fall through the floor there, so if you are losing a few seconds before getting back up to Moldor.
JP getting over to that mirror. So when he saves and quits, he can save and quit in the light world. One thing I know I forget it all the time. When you have Aghanim defeated and you have that mirror in your inventory, if you save and quit in the dark world, you're heading back to the pyramid.
Yeah, no, for sure. I forget about that all the time too, and then have to do it again.
So I think if I was in the runner's shoes here, I would just head over to Meyer, find out what my medallion is, and do desert. JP's gonna check out King's Tomb along the way.
Cheamo will head and do Spike Cave while he's up here, get it done and over with as well. Just both runners going over a few checks. The opposite is done.
Both are runners on 4 crystals, 3 dungeons left, 3 crystal dungeons left. So just tied up neck and neck is we will now hear The song of our people.
And we will set the goose loose.
We'll make the pheasant present.
I like that one.
And JP is off to take a look at the Meyer medallion, see what he needs to get into go mode. It is Quake.
See if it's under the doormat.
Doormat number 1 has it every time. I'm telling you. So that is go mode for JP. It's just 3 dungeons standing between him and Ganon's Tower at this point. And Cheamo's gonna be right behind him. So this is just a straight up execution race for a good 20 minutes or so of gameplay. Who's gonna be the better player tonight?
Tough call. Both extremely high skilled runners. It's gonna be great to see. Great to call. In the Meyer 2 room with sword beams, always a nice feeling.
Yeah, Cheamo's going to choose to do desert first, and I think that having that 1 heart of damage is plays into that decision.
Yeah, it very well could be. Meyer is one of those dungeons where going in with sword beams does feel a lot better. Small key on the torch.
And there's the big key right away in Meyer. So God mode, as we like to call it. God Meyer, not going to have to check anything in here other than that 1 chest.
Cheamo finds the other bottle in Desert Palace. We've achieved bottle percent in this seat on Cheamo's side.
Early big key for Cheamo as well. So Desert's going to be a quick jaunt too.
Yeah, they're both going to move through these dungeons quite quickly. It's always nice to see a God Meyer at this point in the seed when you are in go mode.
And blink and you miss it. We are already at the boss room for both these runners.
Wow.
1 room away. Maybe a little slower for Cheamo's. Does have a wait for a cutscene here. And with Cape and Half Magic, Vitreous is going to be a bit of a pushover.
You're not going to put up a whole lot of resistance there, that's for sure.
Yeah, normally that Cape drains faster, but if you keep slashing your sword, the Cape gets a little confused and doesn't drain nearly as quickly.
Quick fights on both sides for both the runners.
And now we're going to swap spots. JP to the inside lane, Cheamo to the outside lane, and we'll swap dungeons.
Well put in chat, a dimensional high five. I like that. very nice mire too on cheamo's side as well. Cleaned it up well.
Yeah, that Mire 2 is one of those rooms where you can tell how good a player is at NMG and the speedrun in general by how well they tackle that room. Cheamo checking that bridge chest before checking the spike chest, so one extra check in Mire for Cheamo. That is a little bit of a time loss.
Southpost one give him a little bit of trouble too, getting around to that pod.
And JP's cooking, and even with this cutscene on his side, is going to have a fairly sizable lead going into this boss fight.
Yeah, definitely. Cheamo's still having essentially 3-4 rooms to complete plus the boss.
Very clean land mode, 2 cycles. So JP came into this segment with a slight lead, and it's going to open up about a minute on Cheamo going into Swamp Palace.
Yeah, and Swamp, one of those dungeons that's really nice when you're able to go mode it and just splits right through to the back.
Yeah, with our last of the 2020's favorite glitches, Diver Down, this is going to be a very, very quick dungeon.
Yeah, it's going to move through really well.
Cheamo choosing to choose NMG strats here, not breaking out the cape.
Go with what you know.
Taking advantage of the fact that damage floor in Vitreous's room doesn't extend to the far right pixel.
Vitreous will drop there too.
JP's into Swamp. We're not going to see much in the way of chest open. This one's got to be open. It's got a small key. But that's going to be it. We've got Tempered Sword. We have Half Magic. We've got bottles galore and all the safeties we could possibly want. So I'd be surprised JP even opens the chests in the Sunken Room. JP trying to get a little cute with a hammer dash there and give him back a little bit of time.
Yeah. That one doesn't always want to cooperate for sure, but Alright, hook shot across, grab the key, head to the back. This has been a great show that these runners have put on for us, so if you like what you see, please give them a follow. It's been great here, they're both really cooked through this seed.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to see Diver Down here as JP's going to set this block up, do a little buffering, and sneak in between there to slide in and drop over that rail. And had no chance of looking at those chests. Just go into the back.
Yeah. Absolutely nothing you want at this point.
Yeah, the only thing that could help at this point would be a powder and possibly a Bombos medallion. just to possibly make some of those rooms a little bit faster in GT if one of those gauntlet rooms gets away from you. But not worth the time to open those chests at all. One cycle for JP on Argus and a clean phase 2 kill. Cheamo trying the left side diver down strat here. You don't have to hop in the water, you can sneak in through there. End up being a little bit slower, but does get it done. And as you can see by the flood of numbers in chat, we do have a game around here to win valuable internet points. It's the Big Key guessing game for Gannon's Tower. There are 22 locations in Gannon's Tower that Big Key can be at. Get your number in chat where you think it's going to be, and if you're right, you'll get rewarded. TJ, where do you think our key is going to be today?
I'm going to go with lucky number 13.
I love a number 13. I'm going to go with number 8. I think it's going to be, if the normal routes go to place, I think it's going to be in that map chest.
See, we'll have a few minutes here to find out, but let's see. Let's hope the seed doesn't throw a nasty curveball towards these runners. Really nice Argus takedown on Cheamo's side as well.
JP getting dead rocked here. This is going to cost him a little bit of time.
Yeah. Those dead rocks are definitely one of those nasty variables on the way up here, but at 1 hour 15 minutes, about 20 seconds roughly, GT is being opened.
Yeah, we'll see if there's any route divergence in these two runners as they head into GT. As JP will be the first one in. And JP's going to start with a look at the left side.
Check number 1, just a piece of heart on the torch.
Four checks in Stalfos room, doesn't have it. A couple keys, and JP's gonna head to the right side. Bringing out the old school arts, the Dark Magician strats. And nothing in those two chests. We're gonna head on back to lights and torches and take a look at the compass room.
Just a funny thing to note in the seed, JP did max out his hearts back there in Hope Room.
Yeah, and I think Cheamo's gonna do so as well. I can't think of anything that one of these runners has that the other doesn't, other than Cheamo with a couple checks in Ice Palace.
JP did the Smith chain. That's for part of the Smith chain.
Yep. Nothing on the right-hand side. We're gonna head. JP's at least gonna grab this key eventually. He did not pick up the key.
Clear it out before it was picked up. Wow.
Yeah, that could become a thing. There are enough keys in Gannon's Tower to complete the dungeon without needing that key, but it might make JP make a few more checks than he needs to. So now we know there's nothing on the right-hand side. Cheamo is now taking a little bit of a lead by heading with the more traditional Hope Room to the left side route.
Yeah, as you said back before, it's all going to come down to just execution through here, that's for sure.
JP getting bailed out with a key there and in the firebar room, the fire snake room. We'll end up having at least one key for the back. And there, Cheamo gets his 14th art. So this is what you got.
Yeah, it's a very tight race coming in through here. Everything's pretty much equal.
Nothing so far. We got get a look at Bob's chest here in just a second on Cheamo's side. JP taking a warp of shame there too. And there's the big key at Bob's chest, so not going to fight those Armoses. JP kind of had to reset those pots. I don't know if that's faster than just setting a bomb jump or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one way or the other. It's gotta be pretty close. I would think the bomb jump would be a little bit quicker. I believe the big key was 18.
Yep. 18th check for JP. So Rocky 2418, congratulations on those valuable internet points. The only person who guessed it today, so congrats to you, Rocky. Cheamo going through 5 rooms of high-octane combat that are lovingly called the Gauntlet, and getting some non-cooperation in room 2 there with the Stalfos is.
Zazix made up for it in the next room, though. They cooperated a little bit better.
Very clean climb so far from Cheamo as Landmole 2 down. So the hard part of Gannis Tower is pretty much over at this point. Still have a worm that might have a say in things. Is JP having some big problems here?
Ooh. Still has a fairy, so.
Does he? Oh yeah, he did pick up that second fairy from Sick Kid. So. And we're gonna see it. This is a lot of time on Cheamo's side. He's gonna have a fairly sizable lead going into Ganon if everything goes well for him.
Yeah, definitely. This race is really close, really tight.
Let's see what Moldorm has for Cheamo. Looks like it's going to be pretty standard fare. Yep. Nicely done. So, 2 boss fights in 1 room full of conveyors and ice and Helmosaurs, and I just wish they'd delete this room from the game.
Yeah, change it up, make something else in there that's a lot more polite.
JP through his hard part now and is heading to Molnorm 2. Looked like 2 hits on Aghanim for that first cycle.
I believe so.
Only able to get 1 there because of the blue balls. Only able to get 1 there as well. Not a very cooperative Aghanim 2.
No, patterns are not very nice.
And ended up pushing Aghanim up far enough for that last comet to despawn. So 1 extra cycle.
Seeing the fake powder over on JP's side on the ferry, refill his health.
Yeah, it's a great room to do it in because you have that full magic pot there too. Molnorm 2 going very well for JP. And cheamo is about to drop into this Ganon fight with a fairly well-sized advantage. Probably gonna have a minute and a half. So as long as nothing goes wrong for cheamo here, we should see a victory. But anything can happen.
That's for sure. The falling floor and the big pig aren't known to always play nice.
Gonna be 2 trips through the first cycle. That trident hit cheamo twice there. That's gonna put cheamo in danger. Any hit will kill him now. Oh no. JP getting done with Aghanim 2, so this has just become a lot closer.
Yes, this is a really close race coming right down to the wire.
See if cheamo can get the 1-1 this time. It looks like you got the first part done. Yep, we're going to see that circle of fire now.
Dash strats while we're inside of it.
Oh no, it hugs Ganon.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. JP is now slightly in the lead. So we got a couple interesting things now. JP is in the lead a little bit, but they're also on different RNG at this point. This is cheamo's 3rd Ganon fight, so all the patterns are going to be slightly different for him. You wanted NNG action, you got it right now. Both are runners into phase 3. JP gets his 3rd shot in first. cheamo looking for another teleport. cheamo gets his 3rd shot in. JP the first into phase 4.
Successful torch push on JP's side.
JP making an absolute sure gets a torch push. I think cheamo got an early shot in too, though.
Oh, this is right down to the wire. Exciting.
That's the last shot for cheamo, and that's the last shot for JP. There is not much difference between these 2 runners.
Wow. What a race.
Get those GGs in chat for both the runners as cheamo crosses and JP crosses. cheamo is the first to cross the finish line, but, and this is a sizable but, finishes this close within 3 seconds. We're gonna have our admins take a look at this and make sure that the times we got are the actual times. We got cheamo coming in with a finish of 1:27.18 for an official race time finish, and JP finishing at 1:27.19. So if everything times out the way we still have it here, we're going to be running this race again. And joining us right now, both runners, Cheamo and BrewersFanJP. What an incredible finish from both of you.
Yeah, I guess a couple of Ganon deaths to make it close at the end.
Yeah, both of you had very at the end. It's just a little, I don't know if it's a little bit of nerves or just a little bit of just wondering where your opponent's at. But JP had a little bit of trouble in the climb against tower, and then Cheamo, you had 2 deaths there at the end.
Yeah, my climb was bad. That's all I could say. It was bad. Too many little mistakes there. I was convinced the whole climb I'd lost the race, so I was kind of surprised it was that close. I don't know if this is officially a tie or if Cheamo wins by seconds. I don't know what the official rules are, so I'm kind of not sure what the full result is yet.
Yeah, we're gonna let the our fine and administrative staff that handles this tournament sort that out for you too. But a very, very linear seed for both of you. It just the whole seed funneled you into Agnum's Tower early, and then funneled you to Skull Woods, and then funneled you over to the dark side of Death Mountain.
Yeah, my play in the into Aga was late. I didn't even think about Aga until I was finishing Eastern. And then I got the flippers off Zora, and I decided, okay, let's check a few more things. So early I was probably a little too thorough.
Yeah, Cheamo, you also did all of those things as well. I think both of you had done almost every check possible before climbing up Agnum's Tower. I think JP, you had just Hobo left.
No, I had Sick Kid left.
Oh, yeah, Sick Kid left. That's right. Cheamo did check Sick Kid before climbing.
Yeah, I don't know. Early game was, you kind of just clear everything. Even, I don't know. I could see Aga coming, or at least I thought so. But early bow, so I just went ahead and did Eastern when I went to Saha's Closet right away. Water walk to Hobo, got a bottle. I had no plans of checking that, and then the flippers on Zora put Sick Kid in Logic, so I don't know. I figured maybe it's the hammer, who knows. Check that, and yeah, just head into Dark World. Then it's super linear for a little bit, and then you've got, I don't know, some choices, but you gotta Mountain. I made the mistake, misread my tracker and thought ice was a crystal, so that seemed like a solid play to me. And after that, I was like, caught that green pendant, and I was just feeling so behind for the rest of the round. So I was kind of like, yeah, feeling bad going into GT, like watching for the dot done too. And then missed the trident spin. Tried to cape, and that's a stupid thing when you menu to cape, you can't use it right away. Got hit by a bat. Ganon death loops. So it's like, yeah, that's the way things go sometimes.
Yeah, this race was back and forth and neck for the whole thing. At each one of those choke points, both of you were within a minute of each other at every moment. When you both grabbed Flute and Mirror from Dark Death Mountain and headed over to the Mire area, there's literally 45 seconds between the two of you.
Yeah, I kind of thought it'd be close. I just thought I'd be a little bit more behind because of ice. But yeah, after that, it was like pretty obvious play to go check Mire, see Quake. You're like, well, damn it, one more thing to look for. Mire Shed, there it is. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, I had a smaller mistake early in the seed. I was going into Eastern thinking it was going to be a crystal, and then I heard the pendant music, like, oh, I don't want to do this right now. I had better things to do, and I'm like, okay, I'm out. And then I ended up going back there anyway, because I didn't want to go to... Well, I wasn't even thinking Aga yet, so I went back there.
Yeah, I think that was the time that Cheamo you spent in ice. I think that's where JP spent a lot of time too, is that double dip into the Eastern area, and everything else lined up sync for sync, essentially.
Yeah, I thought it was a fun seed. The stuff kind of lined up, and I did Eastern really early. I had tempered like so fast, and boots were pretty fast too. So this one.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was actually laughing. Well, not really laughing, but I was amused early by how many of the potential standard weapons we were getting early on.
Yeah,
yeah.
you can't really hope for a better escape than having Fire Rod and Kena Samari already.
Yep, and then you pick up Burna, and then in Kak you get a sword and the bow. So it's like all these items just falling. Yeah.
Yeah, the seed definitely wanted you to be able to take down whatever got put in front of you, that's for sure.
Yeah, I guess right now we gotta wait for official word on what this is, if Cheamo won or if it is a official tie. I don't know what I feel like you have to be an exact tie now for it to be a tie, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, we will let the admin staff figure that out. You guys, either way, there's a game 2 coming up. I don't know if you guys have that scheduled yet.
We do not officially have that schedule. I think we were talking about it, but we didn't officially nail down a time, so we have to still figure that out.
I think that'll be Saturday.
Yeah.
Possibly a doubleheader.
Yeah, I think that's what we're thinking. We just had to nail down the exact time. But obviously, again, we have to wait and hear the official result on this, and then if we might have to actually schedule 3 games worth.
Well, if the next 2 races are anything like this, then it'll be a treat for the fans at least.
Mm-hmm.
Any final thoughts about this seed, or anything that stood out to either of you?
I think just personally, I need to work on some stuff. I was sloppy this seed, a lot of it, and I think I need to work on some stuff. But we'll see going into game 2. You never know. You know, you never know with these seeds.
And Cheamo, any final thoughts?
Yeah, not really. I'm hoping for more seeds like this personally. I kind of like a little bit of linear execution type races, but
yeah, wouldn't be too bad.
All right. Well, thanks again, you two. A fantastic race, and like I said, we'll find out from the admins whether this will count one way or the other, or if it's going to be a tie and a rerun. But thanks again to BrewersFanJP and Cheamo for a fantastic race tonight.
Yeah, GG's guys. That was a thing of beauty.
Let's also give a shout out to our tracker tonight, Scupula, who keeps those items coming, so we don't need to know. Good work from Scupula tonight, and TJ. This is quite a race, quite the finish.
Oh, definitely. I don't think I've seen a race quite that tight in a while, so it was quite beautiful to watch.
All right, that'll do it for tournament action tonight. For you on the East Coast, it is Friday, and we got a bunch of races on Friday. Things are going to kick off at 10:25 right here on SpeedGaming with Waterloo versus Homemade Beer, and going throughout the day. It looks like we've got at least 10 matches on the SpeedGaming channels, so a ton of rando. These 3 weeks are just going to be filled with rando with the group stages.
Yeah, and if there's more races like this or some of those more evil trolley type seeds, either way, it's going to be really exciting for the fans. So make sure you, if you're available, to drop in and catch it.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be it from us. Remember to give those runners a follow, give our tracker a follow, and if you feel like it, give us a follow as well. For TJ Joel, I am James FNX. Thanks for watching and have a good evening. We'll see you next time.
Good night, everybody.